Hey everyone, how's it going? Today we're doing a different type of video. We're actually going to be doing a discussion video that we will be playing over some Pirate Warriors gameplay. The topic of the discussion will be, hey, which One Piece characters are we? Because I'm sure you guys are all raving to find out. This has been the most asked question on Reddit. Don't check. Take my word for it.
Just ice here.
So the way we're doing it is, since Vic hasn't really watched One Piece, and Luke and I are only at Dressrosa, we're going to be only taking those characters into consideration. And he brought one, and I brought one for everyone, and we'll be debating the two characters, and we'll come to a conclusion. Should be fun, should be neat, so let's get into it.
Before we get into it, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and go check out the Patreon, because any donation helps.
Alright, let's start with Vic, the guy that does not get a say in any of this, because he doesn't watch the show. But, you know, maybe if we do Naruto. Al will be representing Buggy the Clown for Vic.
And I'll be bringing your friendly cyborg friend Frankie to the table.
Alright, so I'll start with my argument. So the reason why I think Vic is Buggy the Clown is both Vic and Buggy are very flashy people. They love their attention.
Yes, big attention whores.
Attention.
Big attention guys. They're very eccentric in their behaviors. Yeah, if you know Vic, if you watch these videos.
Very out there guy.
Yeah, very out there. We all know Buggy loves his attention. He's trying to find his way to the top, being the star of the show. Exactly. Yeah. And you know, both Vic and Buggy are pretty vain and egotistical.
Yes.
If you play video games with Vic, you know he's very prideful.
I'm prideful in my gameplay.
Yeah, he thinks
he's the best.
Quote unquote, I'm just the best at every game we play. And yeah, so those are some reasons why. Also, I lost my point. Sorry.
Definite firm arguments for this first one.
Yeah. Speaking of pride, they're both very prideful, and they're both very possessive of what's theirs. If it's theirs, they'll let you know it's theirs, and it's not yours, and they'll let you know that. Neither of them are very. They like to think before they act. They are very aware of the situations, and they don't make dumb decisions. Like when Buggy was at Marineford, he thought things through. He didn't just rush into things. And I think Vic thinks before he acts.
We like to think so.
You know, I like to hope so. Actually, escapes the prison and he starts talking to the people that he left inside. So Vic.
It's like, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Hey, if you know what to do, you can follow me.
Yeah, and then like, you know,
Well, there we go.
there we go. And you know, Vic spends his weekends going down to the local prison, making fun of everyone.
Oh my god.
Very one of his numerous hobbies that all are around the same thing, about making fun of prisoners.
Yeah.
And you know what though? Even though they're both goofy, they're pretty smart guys.
Well, my argument against Buggy starts out with Vic's pretty hardworking, and if you know Buggy, he rose to the top by not trying at all in the whole thing.
They kind of cheat his way to the top.
Yeah.
Cheating is believing.
Yeah.
But cheating is believing. And also, Vic's not very cowardly. Buggy, at the slightest sense of just like someone being aggressive towards him, he's quite jumpy at the whole thing. I mean, literally any character, I guess besides Shanks, who he sees himself as the equal as, but is definitely not an equal of. But pretty much everyone else.
I don't know, man. He's got that false bravado.
He does have
that Vic has.
Yeah, Vic
Looking
has
at you, Vic.
It's actually,
I'm smiling right now, just like, yep.
this is your intervention, Vic.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, Buggy's a bitch if we're being real.
Fucking bitch.
But another thing is Buggy's a bitch, but he's also very cruel towards people that like oppose him. Like even if they're in his crew, he will torture and kill anyone that stands up to his, you know, power or whatever. And I don't think Vic's about that. I think Vic's about community and everything in between. So
Am I merciful or am I not?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Are you merciful?
You killed that one guy. Yeah. Oh shit, we weren't supposed to talk about that on camera. My bad.
Well, now I got my argument for Frankie, and that starts off with they're both very upbeat people. You don't see Frankie ever getting very down about anything. They're both quite eccentric people. Very, you know. Yeah, I think that also goes into the very upbeat category. But they both have disregard for norms, and this goes in with how they both wear their Speedo everywhere they go. both big Speedo guys. But it's also Vic just getting mad at everything that happens on Instagram ever. If you know Vic, you know he has a very big opinion on everything that goes down. They're both very confident and claim to be the best at absolutely everything, which goes into Vic's video game thing.
Yeah.
And,
I can firmly say I agree with you guys there.
yeah.
You nailed that on the spot.
They're both quite mature. Besides their childish nature, they are very mature people. But they're both stubborn. Very stubborn human beings. But all in all, Frankie does have a massive sense of loyalty and protectiveness towards his crew. And I'd like to think if shit was going down for me or Carson or anyone in the group, that Vic would stand up for us, I hope.
I know you guys, this is only audio, but I've just been watching Lucas stare dead into the camera.
Because I feel like I have to talk to someone. I mean, like, here we go. I'm looking right at this...
into the lens cap. Into the abyss.
I didn't blink, man. My eyes hurt right now.
Alright. Well, the reasons why Vic is definitely not Frankie is Frankie prides himself on being a pervert. He loves the fact that he's a pervert.
I don't know.
He refers to himself as a pervert. Yeah. And I don't think Vic is a pervert, as far as I'm aware of.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not yet, no.
Not yet. He's close. He's on the edge. But Frankie's also unbiased. He makes friends with the weirdest of people. He accepts everyone. And Vic is a bigot. No. Vic isn't judgmental, but he definitely has a limit to what he.
It's how
accepting he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Frankie is described as a big brother type for the crew. Very brotherly, and if you know Vic like we do, he's very much an only child.
Opposite of Big Brother.
Yeah, he's the only child type. And I think it's pretty goofy, but he's definitely not as odd as Frankie is. Frankie's just kind of a weird guy, very unabashedly weird. And Frankie prides himself on his masculinity, very much so. And it's not that Vic's not masculine.
I like to be in touch with my feminine
Yeah,
side.
the amount of times Vic goes to get waxed every week.
You mean my annual checkup?
Almost like bi-weekly. No, but yeah, he's not a masculine pride type of guy. And, in Dressrosa, when Luffy's like, hey man, I want you to take the Marimara fruit, and Frankie's like, nah, I don't want it. I kind of like my ability to swim. Vic would have said, fuck that, give me that shit.
Yeah, I want to be
Power.
fire. I want to be
I'm the
fire.
human torch. I'm the human torch. I'm the human torch.
Exact words, end quote.
Yeah.
And quote.
Because we did offer this to Vic in real life,
Yeah.
and that happened.
Actually, I think a fun way we could do this is really last second, but I think Vic can judge. Why don't we have Vic judge who he thinks he is after our arguments? So, and kind of throwing this on Vic right now. He's going to have to make a split-second decision.
I'm all about that. Both of you bring great arguments to the table. I just wanted to say that now.
Yeah.
They know me well.
I mean, who do you think you are, Vic?
Yeah,
At the end of the day, who do you think
Yeah.
you are out of these two characters?
We gave you our arguments. We gave you the reasons why we think you're some, or one, why we don't think you're one.
Yeah, I'd give it Buggy.
Buggy?
All right.
Put it on the screen. Vic is Senior Buggy the Clown.
Yeah.
Give me that.
Give me that shit, bitch. All right, now up for Ben Arlar.
He's not here.
Yeah, he's not here, and he's not here very often.
Yeah.
You've probably only seen him twice on the channel so far.
Not yet. They've only, as far as today is concerned, you guys have only seen him one time.
For the character I'm bringing to the table for Benjamin, one Bartolomeo.
Last name.
The reason I think Ben is Bartolomeo is both of them are quite vulgar and provocative. They like to get under your skin and talk shit. Very much shit talkers, and they like to aggravate you. But while they do that, they both stay completely nonchalant. They don't get worked up while doing it. They just shit talk you and try to get you mad.
Yep.
Over and over again. But yeah, and they just do that while being laid back, which is, they really have in common, if I would have to say so. Also, both Ben and Bartolomeo are very short-tempered, very easy to make mad, very angry people.
Very angry.
Very angry.
Deep,
sad,
angry man.
sad, angry man. And, neither one of them really cares what people think about them. They both carry themselves knowing who they are, and they don't really care what you think of them. And they're both very loyal and care for their friends, as you can see with how Bartolomeo beat up the one Marine. I forgot his name. It's escaping me for what he did to one of his crewmates. And speaking of which, they both have just a decent amount of honor.
Mm-hmm. just like not a lot. Just like a smidge.
It's there. It's there.
Enough for you to trust him.
Yeah.
They hold it down.
So yeah, that's my argument for him.
Well, this is going to be a very short anti-Bartolomeo list, but Ben doesn't fan out like how Bartolomeo fans out when he meets the Straw Hats. And I mean, I've never seen Ben meet a celebrity, but I'm sure he's just going to be the same guy when he does meet a celebrity one day.
Fangirl.
Yeah. Ben doesn't.
Luffy's a boy.
Yeah, and then so for the character I have as Ben, I have him as Jabra, the wolf.
From CP0.
Yeah, or was it CP9?
Oh, CP9. That's right.
CP9.
He might be CP0. I don't know. There's theories out there.
We don't know yet.
I don't know.
Well, Jabra's very short-tempered, as well as Ben is, and Carson covered that. Jabra's very competitive, and that is shown in his rivalry with Kaku, the giraffe. And here's a big one. Jabra wants to be the leader of CP9. The same way, if you watched our intro Q&A, you would know that me, Carson, and Ben, as well as a couple others, started a company, and one day Ben thought he should be the leader of said group, and
we let him. We said, "Hey man, go ahead, try it." And we got nowhere for that day.
And you also, if you saw the intro, you know what happened.
Yeah, you know what happened with the company. So, that was the last day of the company was actually the day we let Ben be in charge. So.
I don't know how he did it. 5 minutes in, it's like, oh shit, everything's gone.
We're bankrupt. They're both very comedic, and this kind of goes with Jabra and Ben shit talking. They're quite funny dudes. And then here we go again. They're both very good shit talkers. And I don't know how Ben does it. He's really good at getting under your skin.
Back in his Xbox days.
I know, dude. Yeah. He was a 360 kid, man.
He grew up in the harshest of environments.
And then, all right, this is one that we all can definitely agree on. But they both have awful sleeping schedules.
Oh yeah.
This dude literally just texted us.
Yeah. It is 4:45 p.m. right now. And about 5 minutes ago, we got a text from Ben. Oh shit, just woke up.
Yeah.
So, that's fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
That's a little quirky thing about Ben.
Oh, Ben.
Oh, Ben.
Ben, quirky guy.
All right. Are you done with it?
Oh, no, but then, so pretty much that goes with that one scene where the Straw Hats are trying to get the keys back so they can free Robin, and Jabra's asleep with his key, and Usopp walks in and he's just like, I can grab the key. I can grab it right now. And he walks up to him, and Jabra is just not, like, Usopp's making the most amount of noise he possibly can. They both have really weird laughs. That is my last one. They both have you guys don't really know Ben, but Ben puts his hand over his mouth and giggles like a little girl, and Jabra has a very distinct laugh himself, so... Those are my arguments.
A roast.
I know. So if you know Ben's just the biggest bitch. No, okay. So for my cons for why he's not Jabra is Jabra is very deceitful in his fights. When he fought Sanji, he like faked being injured or some shit like that. Just to trick him. So he's very much. And Ben's not very deceitful. It's pretty much what you see is what you get with Ben.
Straightforward guy.
Straightforward, and also. Jabra gets bitched by almost every member of CP9. They all bitch him, and I don't think Ben gets bitched.
Yeah.
He just bitches people. Ben, you're a bitch. So that's all I could think of for why he wasn't. So he probably I don't know. Not a lot of cons for these two characters.
Yeah. I mean, Vic, from what you hear.
So Vic, what's your judgmental? Your judgmentalness about it.
Just from like the sleep schedule and stuff. Oh my god. He's definitely...
Jabra?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, Ben Jabra, throw it on the screen.
Put it up.
And big wolfy Jabra.
Alright, so for Luca, who's next, I brought Sanji to the table.
And I brought Ace.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've looked at the website for One Piece characters, but Sanji just has the longest personality section I've ever seen. It's like an essay. So this is going to be the longest argument for, because there was just so much presented knowledge in front of me, or information. First off, Sanji and Luca, they're both kind people. I'd say they're kind. They're not
Kind-hearted.
kind-hearted. They're so kind. You're just like, hey, Luca, oh, that kind guy? Yeah.
Big charity guy over
You're a
here.
big charity. And both of them they like keep a cool, calm, and collected appearance. And I do mean an appearance. I don't mean
On the inside, I'm freaking out all the time.
But they will join in with being foolish and childlike. Is how the website presented that information. So they both join in on that good fun, having a good fun time. You guys both think before you act, which as of today, I'm starting to think maybe not, because you just today he ran a red light and almost got the kill on the way to my house. And then these, if you look at Luca, you're like, oh, this guy's not very perceptive. He's not a perceptive guy.
He's a dumb little
But just like Sanji, he's more perceptive than he seems. He likes, he notices stuff. He's very observant, and he's perceptive. Both of them are idealists and optimists, but they keep a sense of skepticism about them. And that applies to both. And they both tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. They don't sugarcoat stuff. You're also a bitch. This is also what
I realized you were talking to me like I was a 4-year-old child.
And let's see, they're not afraid to show their emotions. Luca cries every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He actually has a cry session. He goes in the shower and weeps openly.
Some people sing, some people cry.
It's never at my own shower. It's usually at Carson or Vic's when we're all hanging out. I'll just walk into the shower. I'll turn on some
fully clothed.
Christina Aguilera.
Yeah.
Christina.
And they're both short-tempered people. They're both easy to. They have a short fuse, you could say. I wouldn't say but another pro for Yism. I wouldn't say neither of them go out looking for fights, but they are very argumentative. You will see them getting in arguments, but neither of them look for fights. They also know their own abilities, which is almost contradictory to my next point. They both think they're handsome and charming. Keyword think. And they both love women. Mm-hmm. Luca is a maybe, but they both love women. They respect food. Luca goes on about food all the time, about his Italian food and his McDonald's.
Wow, whatever.
They're about the same, right?
Fine cuisine and his McDonald's.
They're both, and they're also both pretty loyal people. They value loyalty. So yes, they're both also generous and. With Luca and Sanji, they're both pathetic people.
Okay, wait, hold on. I knew this was coming up. Sanji's not a simp. He just respects women. Okay?
I said sympathetic, man. I don't know where you got the simp thing. Well, it really got defensive out of nowhere, man. I think you really got defensive about that simp thing. It's like I hit a nerve or something. I just said sympathetic. Jesus, man. All right. Okay.
Alright, so my cons for why I'm not Sanji is I wouldn't say I'm as refined as Sanji is. He's out there tasting all the wines in the world. I prefer my nice wine bag. Okay, cheap stuff. I'm not envious of others' relationships as Sanji is shown on screen. I like to think, hey, what a they look like they're very happy. And I hope I get to be there one day. Sanji is a pervert, as we all know, but I think since we all have the sex drive, I think that all of us in any anime world would.
What are you talking about, man? I'm so focused on my goal.
Yeah.
I want to reach 1 million subs, and I don't crush Poon until I get there. I refuse that sweet pussy until I get 1 million subs.
This goes with the pervert thing, but Sanji is known to want the power of invisibility. Which I don't think I've ever said I wanted to be invisible, but he wants to use it so he can sneak into showers and stuff.
I thought that's what you say when you cry. You're like, I just wish I was invisible.
Well, so I can cry in the shower and no one would know it's me.
Like, why is the shower still running?
Yeah. It looks like there's extra water streaming down.
And that's about all, pretty much.
All right, yeah, there we go.
And so next we got. For me, I like to think I'm Ace. I like to think I'm a very loyal guy. I'm not talking to the camera. I like to think I'm a very laid back dude, except when the time comes, I get quite energized up and get quite riled up. Is that the word?
Sure.
But I like to party.
I think party.
I do like to party. I like social gatherings.
All the One Piece characters. Why do you think you're Ace? I like to party.
I like my Jesus to party. All right. Ace is known to be quite reckless, and not saying this to be have a bad boy persona, but I think sometimes I go headfirst into things I probably shouldn't. I make quite hasty decisions. Again, I'm very, as Carson said, I'm short-tempered. I've been told I have a grandioso confidence complex.
Does Ace have that?
Well, no, but I mean, like borderline's grandioso.
This was just a realization for you?
Well, no, I've been told I have it's borderline grandioso confidence.
Borderline,
exactly. And Ace stands his ground when he gets into some sort of conflict. I don't think I run away from much. So for much, except for
confrontation. Big scary guys.
Confrontation, big scary guys, horses. I'm deathly afraid of horses. But that's pretty much what I got for me being Ace.
All right. Well, here are my cons for that. One, Ace is described by Ben Beckman as naive. And I don't think you're naive, man. I like to... I'm so naive, man. We're talking I'm the dumbest little boy there is. Also, Ace is defined by how polite he is. If you look at the personality description of him, almost the first thing you see is his politeness. And I'm not saying you're a rude guy, but you're also not polite enough for me to be like, oh, Luca, yeah, he's so polite. Look at that polite guy over there. He's so polite. Also, Ace suffers from narcolepsy. He will fall asleep at any point, as opposed to Luca, who doesn't fall asleep at any point. So, Ace also tended to start fights throughout the show. He was very, let's throw down. And, Luca used to be like that. Now, not so much. Now he's the type that if people were making fun of him at a grocery store, he would hide.
Especially if they're bigger.
And if they didn't look weak. Yeah. Also, a big thing about Ace is he hates his father. That's right, he hates Gold D. Roger. But guess what? Luca loves Jeff Ferroni. Mm-hmm. Luca looks up to Jeff Ferroni. He respects Jeff Ferroni. He wants to be Jeff Ferroni. So they don't share that. Also, if you look at many of his actions throughout the show, Ace wasn't the smartest fella. There was a story that I read about how Ace, on his search for Blackbeard, saw a doctor with a similar name to Blackbeard, and without even thinking about it, straight up attacked him. Didn't even... Because Blackbeard is the weirdest looking motherfucker you've ever seen. I don't know how you would confuse him. But Ace did. Ace did. He confused him. And he started attacking him. And speaking of which, Ace is very impulsive. When he went to set out to go after Blackbeard, he didn't listen to any reason. Whitebeard tried to stop him. Everyone tried to stop him, and he said, you know what? I got this. Put me up against a sorry villain like Blackbeard, I'm going to run it. And you know what happened to him? He almost broke his neck in a single punch. And then he lost. And I don't like to think you're very impulsive, man. I think you're very, you like to think before you jump. And, but with the previous conversation we had about this, you think you are. I was like, we talked about it. I was like, I don't know, man. Ace seems like really naive and brash and like stupid. No, and you were like, oh, I don't know, man. I think I am.
I like to think I'm stupid.
Yeah.
He's just the smallest dick in One Piece. Well, look at my.
I'm tiny.
Like someone said the tiniest penis.
So that's why I don't think you're Ace.
There we go.
So Vic, judgment time.
After thinking about it many, many days, you guys asked me this question way before.
It's been like 30 minutes, I think.
You are a Sanji.
So a mixture.
A Sanji.
You're a simp.
All right.
Old man.
Yeah. As soon as he hears simp, Lucas, everything turns red. All right, next to my characters.
All right, so for the big old C man, I brought... The Sea Dog. I brought an argument for Shanks. So as far as I know on the web, this is what I looked up. Shanks is a very laid-back character, and he's not in a rush to do much, and I think that is a big reason why I think he's Carson. Carson would rather just chill than, go out, or even if he's in a rush for something, he will take his sweet, sweet time to get to whatever he has to do, and that's Shanks when he goes island to island. Like, he sits around, he likes to have a beer with the boys, and he's not in a rush to go anywhere. This is a big character development moment for Carson, but Carson avoids violence and doesn't seek disorder and chaos, and so does Shanks. You know, within the last year,
It's big of you.
thank you, man.
How admiral.
Yeah,
How admiral. Exactly, I'm a Kainu.
yeah. Well, that's a guy. But yeah, so you know, a lot of character development there in like the last year. And Carson's also against needless bloodshed. You know, even if honor is put on the line, you know, Carson's not the guy for if someone were to be making fun of Carson, he would not get all riled up to go fight this person, even though they're pretty much shitting on him. He just kind of laughs it off and is like, you know, you suck, but have a good day. He has a complex moral compass, and I think this is actually another big point. You know, you'd think Carson would do one thing or the other, but it's really how he's feeling on any given day on how he will act. You care enough about your squad to put your life on the line for them. I remember me and Carson had a conversation about this probably like a year or two ago, and we were talking about what if you were about to get into a street fight with Mike Tyson. What would you guys do? And then Carson was like, dude, I'd fight him with you, man, and we're getting our ass kicked together.
What a story.
Yeah, what a goddamn story.
I'd give him this time.
A hypothetical situation.
Yeah.
What a great story. They both have we'll say a close love with alcohol, very intimate love of alcohol.
Very sensual.
Yeah, very sensual.
Almost,
It's weird.
almost sexual.
Yeah. Another thing is he likes partying with the crew, but not much with others. This goes into the chill category, but he likes to keep his known circle with him and doesn't really care for other people outside of it. And he loves teasing people. If you know the channel, he is very big on joshing you.
Pulling your chains.
Pulling chains.
Yeah, young whippersnapper.
Pushing your buttons.
Yeah.
Grinding your gears. Okay, enough.
From the So yeah, that's all I got for Shanks.
I couldn't really think of a lot of cons for Shanks. I looked at his personality and I couldn't really see anything that was like, that's not me.
Yeah.
Except for one thing. If you look at Shanks, for some reason, sometimes they give him these sunglasses, and they're the dumbest looking sunglasses I've ever fucking seen.
2004 aviators.
So that's the only argument I could make for why I'm not Shanks. For those dumb fucking glasses he wears sometimes. Not even in the anime, not in the manga.
Just Pirate Warriors.
Yeah, just in Pirate Warriors. So that's all. But for what character I'm bringing to the table, the Dark King Rayleigh himself.
Who wears glasses?
Yeah, wears glasses. I wear. Also, that's an argument for why I'm Shanks. I don't have an arm. But no, I think I'm Rayleigh. You know.
Does Rayleigh have better glasses? Does he have better?
Well, yes, he has like seeing glasses.
Yeah, but are they cooler than?
Well, they're definitely cooler than.
Dude, any glasses are cooler than.
I haven't
Shanks
Yeah, there's like Oakley's he busts out.
Shanks is like a father at your little league game. That's why I call Shanks' glasses.
But anywho, the reasons why I'm Rayleigh is Rayleigh's a pretty lighthearted guy. You know, you don't see him really, or like he has a serious air to him when you first meet him. Like you think he's a pretty serious guy, but you know, once you get to like hang out with him, he's pretty lighthearted, casual. He doesn't really give a shit. You know, he loves fun. I love fun.
You love fun.
I actually hate fun. It's like the worst, but. But you know, also if you saw with him with Buggy and Shanks, he also gets fed up with antics. You know, like he does have a limit. He gets quite annoyed after a bit, and it's been me. I think whenever I see people having fun,
whenever I see people having too much fun,
let's put a cap on
come
that.
down to earth, Bucko. Yeah. Let's not have fun anymore.
Cut him down to size.
Also, Shanks. Rayleigh's really laid back. You know. What's he doing now? He's in his retirement days. He's hanging out with Shacky. You know what I'm talking about. His wife. He's chilling. He drinks. He gambles. He's just having a good time. He coats boats. Just living the retired life, which is also something I would really love to. I just want to live his life.
I want to be retired.
I want to be retired already. I'm 21 and I think I'm ready. I think I'm going to leave the channel, guys. I think I'm really ready to retire.
You've worked hard with all the jobs that you've had in the past.
Exactly. Also, Rayleigh plans before action. You know, he looks before he leaps. And I'm not a very headstrong guy. I don't make rash decisions. So I like to think before I act. And, I just like Rayleigh, I remain calm under pressure. Hence my quote for if you ever see me losing in something, pressure makes diamonds. And that's what it does. makes me a diamond, baby. I'm also Jozu. Uh-oh. New challenger
wrench in the
approaches.
fucking system.
But no, that's just, forget that part. I'm not Jozu. Fuck that guy. Don't fuck that guy, but like, I'm not him.
Don't fuck that guy. Don't give him any attention.
Yeah. Also, Rayleigh loves alcohol and women, stated by his wife. And I too love alcohol and women.
Oh.
And speaking of which, Rayleigh's married and I'm in a committed relationship. Shout out Gina. About almost a year, not almost a year and a half, but over a year strong.
That's good.
That's strong.
That's
yeah.
more than
65
days.
Out of everyone living a retired life with their smoking hot wife, it's gonna be this guy. And he just lives the life I want to. So this is really just me being like, God, I wish I was.
I wish I was really.
Yeah. So yeah, those are my reasons for being him.
Well, the only cons I found, because there wasn't much of a lot of writing on the One Piece wiki page, but Rayleigh's very open and talkative. And unless you're in Carson's like circle or he's gotten to know you, he's very closed off and not talkative.
That's a big con there.
It speaks volumes for all 3 words of it.
Yeah.
And so but I don't know. I really do think you're Shanks. I feel like that's like nail on the head.
The con for why I also don't wear glasses.
Yeah.
I'm not an old man. I didn't serve on Roger's crew.
You like having fun, but you also hate fun. So there's a big divide there.
It's a big oxymoron.
Yeah, who is it? Who is Carson? He's a mystery. Who is Carson? That just the title of this video is now.
What is Carson? That just isn't there.
Yeah. So yeah, Vic, what's your judgment on this? Shanks? Wow, right out the gate.
So you say I nailed
that. I'll give you my reason.
Okay. There's only one reason.
Carson's not an old man.
Yeah. Carson's 20.
Yeah.
2, 1.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
Oh no.
Taylor Swift, how'd she get in here?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Teens, man. Well, I'd be down to do one of these. I'd be down to do one of these for like Naruto as well, since I know the characters.
Yeah. All right, so final list for One Piece characters in the Kaguyama clan. Carson is one Senior Shanks. Luca is one simp pathetic Sanji.
Mm-hmm.
Ben is one shit talking Jabra. And Victor Scalzini is the flashy man himself, Buggy the Clown.
He likes painting his face.
Yeah.
Vic does.
Vic does.
You see me at carnivals, I'm like, ooh, get it all.
Ooh, you
guys are getting paid for this? Yeah. Let me join.
Actually, the funny thing is that Vic isn't just a clown. He's the whole goddamn circus!